hope you're all doing great, and in this week's episode I'm gonna be talking about something a little bit different and not exactly about love, even though love is in the air, but more of the ways to find love in a broad spectrum of things. Concretely, in this week's video I want to show you guys my top 3 dating / getting the guy that you like to like you back guides that I thought were most amusing, more fun, and most importantly had the best advice for my dating life. So let's get started! The first guide I want to talk about is How to Get a Guy by Matthew Hussey. Matthew Hussey is a British guy. He's in his late 20s. He also has a YouTube channel, so you guys should check him out. And he is posting every week different videos. They are about 10 minutes long that gives girls advice of how to get the guy that they want. He has also published a book. Initial cover of the book I'm gonna insert about now, and it is him wearing this pink background and him wearing a bow tie. It's a very funky cover for the book, but it's not the cover that's most important, it is the advice that is in the book. And what he talks about in this book is everything from part 1, how to find a guy, part 2, how to get the guy once you already found them, and then part 3, how to keep the guy. So all the guys that I've presented in the video are helpful in one way or another. I think that Matthew's guide and Matthew's advice is the best for first attracting and meeting the guy. His YouTube videos as well as the book, he talks a lot about where to meet guys, how to start the initial conversation, how to, when you first start texting a guy, how to mess it up, how to sort of keep the attraction fresh, and I find his advice the most helpful when it comes to the initial stage of attracting the guy. His comments and as well as the whole book and his YouTube videos are very funny. He's very honest, and I really enjoyed the book, and I think I got a lot of insights of what to do and how to act to be that girl that when you walk into a restaurant or when you walk into a party, all eyes are on you and all guys are wondering how to try to talk to you. I think he's really good in this. He also helps you build your self-confidence around guys, so that would be the first book that I would recommend for you guys to check out and read if you want some dating advice, is how to get the guy to initially talk to you and get interested in you. Second book I want to talk to you about is by Argov, who wrote a book, Why Men Love Bitches. The book is a little bit more controversial. The one that I have right now is upside down. No, the one that I have right now is the second part of the book, and it is Why Men Marry Bitches. But especially the first part of the book was a huge help for me when it comes to increasing my value when I'm dating guys and increasing my value of how I position myself in interaction with guys generally, not only the guys that I'm interested in and talking to and romantically involved with, but guys overall. It is a great book for anybody who had met a guy. So let's say Matthew really helps you meeting the guy, so you met the guy and now you guys are maybe talking for a couple of weeks or a couple of months. You're maybe just beginning to date, maybe you're in this phase you didn't have the find a relationship conversation yet, and you're looking for a guide of how to get men to respect you. I feel like Sherry's book is amazing when it comes to that. The sort of good girly, shy me when it comes to guy that I was before I read the book, compared to how confident and how valuable I find myself after I read the book, is huge. I will be forever grateful to her for writing the book that really boosts my confidence so much more, and I would recommend to any of my fellow shy ladies out there who are looking to increase your confidence. She's very good in giving you exact tips and exact techniques what to do when your guy is misacting in one way or another. Also, the book reads really fun and really great. It is not one of those typical guides that you have to go, you know, from one chapter, for example the 5th chapter is say what to do when a guy doesn't answer your calls, to the next chapter is what to do when your guy does not put their solid seat down. It is very much, it reads like a novel. She talks about a lot of live interactions and how her girlfriends and how the girls that she talked to that she thinks could be role models for all of us reading the book have handled different situations. Also throughout the book there is, I believe, 100 different rules that a bitchy girl should follow in relationships. Just to be clear, even though the title is controversial and has the bitch word in it, the bitch throughout the book, is a really, what it means is a high value woman and a high value girl. And I would recommend the book to all of you guys who might be having a bit of issues in your relationship with guys, or your relationship with guys and they're not acting the way you want them to be. I would highly recommend the book. That is the first part, Why Men Love Bitches. It will transform your level of confidence immensely. After you read the book, you're gonna be like, I will not put up with any crap from anyone anymore. So it's awesome. She also wrote a second part, and this is the one that I have right now here. It is Why Men Marry Bitches. And that is for those ladies who are listening to this video, and those ladies out there in the world who might have been in a long-term relationship already, but their guy is not really popping the question, even though he should be. Bling bling. There is no ring on that finger, as Beyonce would say. And for all of those you guys out there who might be having a little bit of issues with your guy not taking the next step, the second part of the 2 books that Sherry wrote is especially referring to that problem, so check it out. But for anybody, if you're single or if you're in a relationship and maybe not yet thinking about marriage but want to just have a better quality relationship, be treated better and be more confident and high value in your own self, the first book, Why Men Love Bitches, is amazing and I would recommend to anybody. Then the third book that I wanted today to talk about is called Queen's Code by Alison Armstrong, and it should pop up here. Ta-da! And this book is for people who are already in relationships, and this book really talks about how to get what you want from men and how to treasure men overall. I think that it is a nice contrabalance to Sherry's book. Sherry's book is very much, Sherry's book, the Why Men Love Bitches, it is very much about how to be, you know, the high value woman, how to be the go-getter and how to be the strong part in a relationship. Alison's book, on the other hand, is a bit more of a softer, maybe more traditionally female role. Both books are slightly controversial. They're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. I do believe that the people who like the Sherry's book will probably not like the Alison's book, which is Queen Codes, but I also think that people who like Alison's book might not like Sherry's book, but I do think that they complement each other very well by virtue of giving you different perspectives of how to go about with getting what you want from men, quote unquote. And the Alison's book is very much how to be happy in your relationship and how to treasure men in your life and how to get what you want from men in a nice feminine way versus more of a confident go-getter superwoman, if that makes sense. But both books are very good, and both books sort of fill in 2 different cups of tea. I don't think you can go wrong following either, and I think it would be nice to read both to get different perspectives. But again, Alison's book would be, let's say, the third part of the spectrum, in a way that Matthew's book would be my recommendation for you guys of how to meet and attract guys. Sherry's book would be to how to be the superwoman that you want to be in every area in your life, maybe drawing from her lessons of how to act with guys to really how to be the superwoman that you want to be in work and with your friends, and just generally how to rock on life. And Alison's book would be if you are in a relationship already, and how to make your man feel loved and supported and cared about, and how to bring out the best and loving in your guy after you are already in a relationship with him. Alison's book is also not an actual hard copy book that I have. It's an online book that reads in chapters. It's really nice, and I'm gonna link it below in the description. And those are my free books. And those are the free books that I would recommend for you guys. Not only for those of us that might be having a bit guy troubles, but also anybody who wants to get a little bit more insight in how to men operate and how to be more successful in your interactions with the other gender. So I would highly recommend it to any girl out there, and let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. And as always, like the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel to stay tuned for next week bit of craziness. And also, I want to say I'm so excited that it's getting warmer outside, because I have had enough of the winter. So yeah, see you guys next week. Bye. They should appear. Magic. Love is in the air, everywhere.